What's up, everyone? Welcome to Game Talk, our weekly nerdy video game news show that we normally do on Sundays, but we're doing it on Wednesday today. I'm one of your hosts, Brandon, joined by my co-host, Ryan.
Here I am.
We're here to talk
live
about
in person.
Everything video game related. There's only a couple news stories this week.
Yeah.
They're just a few, nothing.
Big ones, though.
I was like, nothing huge at all. PlayStation 5 had an event again, and they finally announced the price and the release date and the pre-orders and the launch titles and all of that shit. So
it was a great
start
event,
with your ideas.
actually.
What do you think about it? Did you sit and watch it all?
Yeah, we twice. Like I watched it and then I just let it play again.
Okay.
I really liked it. I think they did a good job. I'm glad they waited and didn't rush it or do anything dumb.
Right. And all the gameplay they showed was great. Like they opened it with the Final Fantasy 16, which it's been forever since they've announced a mainline Final Fantasy game, the longest period of time ever in between announcements at least. And it looks fun. I love Final Fantasy, but I'm also critical of Final Fantasy, so it's I haven't played all of them because
I feel like that's the
great.
whole Final Fantasy fandom is everybody's critical of it. Everybody will just be I love them all, but they also suck, and then have their favorites.
Yeah, 7's my favorite. Obviously, I have a fucking Buster Sword tattooed on my arm. But then the 7 remake was good, which I was worried it wasn't going to be good. And then 15 I actually really liked. That's the one with all the bros and you go on your boy band trip and stuff like that. And then this one looks more, just from the way they showed it, more one-on-one combat versus big groups and parties and stuff. But I don't know. We'll find out when it comes out. But it's exclusive to PlayStation 5, which is crazy. And it'll be coming to PC as well. But it's console exclusive, which is nuts. I want to know how much money Sony had to spend for that. Probably a lot.
Probably don't want to know, actually.
But we don't know when that game's coming. Then they showed Miles Morales gameplay.
Yeah, that looks sick.
Fucking awesome.
Yes, it looks so good.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to see. I have a lot of questions about it, and about whatever his skills are going to be, and whatever all that shit was that was happening.
Yeah.
It just looks
because he's got the shock powers, and he can go invisible on top of regular your normal Spider-Man powers, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm stoked. I was already looking forward to it, but now I'm fully invested in it.
Yeah, and the soundtrack is dope. There was sweet trap music and shit in it, which I'm fucking all about that. So that looks awesome. What else did they show? Demon Souls looks beautiful. Now the thing with that is Demon Souls is hard, so I'm worried about how many people who don't know, the difficulty of Demon Souls, and they're gonna pick it up at launch because it's the only one that's straight exclusive to PlayStation 5. Because Miles Morales is coming to PS4.
Yeah.
And the other launch titles are cross-gen as well, so Assassin's Creed and that kind of. I think Godfall's straight exclusive though. That's not on PS4, but it's they're gonna pick this game up because it's only on PS5 and it's beautiful, but then it's also very difficult. So are people gonna be yeah, this game looks amazing, and then just get their shit kicked in and not play much of it at all,
and then trash it because they couldn't handle it?
Yeah. But I'm hoping the video game populace knows better than that at this point.
Some of them do.
There's been so many of those styles of games.
I feel like we're entering a whole new generation of gamers because of the pandemic.
That's
so
true.
many people are getting
a
into
lot
it
more
or
people
more
are playing
into
video
it
games.
That they're gonna be this game looks so cool, and then be fuck that game.
Right. So what else was there? Those are the launch titles, the big launch titles, which they didn't show that in the event, which was weird. They weren't coming at launch. It was, you found all this information out afterwards, which is awkward.
The Hogwarts game?
Yeah, it was the Harry Potter game got announced finally.
People have been
Legacy.
waiting for it. I'm so excited, but I just want it to be everything I've ever dreamed of, and I'm afraid it's not going to be.
I don't know if it'll be everything you've dreamed of.
I hope it's not. I hope it's how do I want to phrase this? When it comes to when you think about Harry Potter and you think about playing a video game, I hope there's not walls where there's limits on the magic and the things you can do. You know what I mean?
It'll prevent you from being too strong
too
or
crafty
fucking
and
with
fun,
too much.
and too many.
It might be more basic.
Yeah, and I don't want that. I want to fully customize, not customize, but have the ability to do what I want, or I don't know. I'm just curious for more. And do you get to pick based on your house? Are you gonna have access to different spells if you're in Slytherin versus
That's true.
Gryffindor? Just to kind of divide, and you have to pick and choose your class essentially.
And how role-playing gamey is it gonna be? Is there gonna be conversational choices that influence your story? And if you go to Slytherin, are different teachers gonna treat you differently because of that? Is that gonna be a thing, or is it gonna be more just oh, you're a Slytherin, and then everything's still kind of the same.
No, and I want like cool shit. I want you to like the invisibility cloak to be a thing where like you can only get that.
Yeah, can you like sneak out
certain
and shit?
things? Yeah, like.
Is there a Quidditch? Are you gonna be able to play Quidditch in this game?
Maybe that'll be like a side, like one of the mini game things, like a little side piece that you can, like a Gwent in The Witcher. It's just something you can go do.
Because Quidditch was dope. I played the EA Quidditch game. Did you ever play that?
I think so. Yeah, I remember playing.
It's pretty basic, but it was fun.
Like this old ass Harry Potter game on PC, like when I was like 13.
I played the Quidditch game a lot, and then I had maybe Chamber of Secrets on like the Game Boy Advance. And I played that a lot. It was not a good game, but I played it a lot.
I think this will be good. I don't care about the graphics as much. I think we talked about that one.
Yeah, I think it doesn't look as pretty as people want it to, but it's been in development for a long time.
Yeah, there's still time. Like there's a whole nother year at least that we can see some improvement.
Yeah. If you don't know, this game leaked 2 years ago in a mall demo. Apparently they were demoing it in a mall to people, and the people who were demoing it didn't give a fuck. They were probably making like minimum wage.
Yeah.
Demoing this game for WB, and it's like, what the shit. So yeah, that's fun. That game will hopefully be cool. It sucks that J.K. Rowling sucks shit, but some of the developers tweeted about it, and they're like, yes, it doesn't like give her money when you buy this, but there are so many like hundreds and like probably hundreds of developers working on this who also, like, the video game industry sucks as far as like pay goes. A lot of it is bonus incentives for sales. So it's like a lot of them aren't getting these bonuses, and like they're working their asses off, and they're not, you know, anti-trans and like TERFs and shit like she is or whatever.
It's just
so it's like if you don't want to do it, like, we get it, but it's like, don't take it out on us kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Which is still tough. So they're like, they listed, you know, all that stuff about supporting them because it's a bonus driven job, but then also like, here are some organizations you can donate to help like trans communities and trans knowledge being spread better, kind of go against her in a way while you can still play this game. But so that's a tough situation because there's a lot of people who like obviously love Harry Potter and don't support how is as a person.
Which
now, yeah, so that's a little rough. But Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition is coming digitally day one. I don't really.
Yeah, no.
I mean, I like Devil May Cry, but that doesn't do anything for me. Five Nights at Freddy's game got announced, I'm assuming?
It looked fun, like it looked interesting.
Do you know how Five Nights at Freddy's rolls?
No, not intensely, but I've always, like, it's just been on the outskirts of my mind all the time. Like, maybe I should dabble, but it's not. It's
usually you're just, like, in one area trying to prevent these monsters from getting in while overnight. I haven't seen any since like the third or fourth one. There's so many fucking Five Nights at Freddy's games now. I don't know. They're scary. They're fun to watch people play, but I don't know if I'll play it or get it. Was there anything besides this that was big before we talk about this? Oh, they showed Black Ops Cold War.
Yeah, it's gonna be early too this weekend.
Last weekend they did an alpha, but they showed a campaign level. Yeah, they showed a campaign level, which actually looked really cool.
Yeah, Chris he actually got super stoked for it.
There were like cool kills, like close-up kills, and like it was a good action sequence on a runway. Reminded me a lot of Fast and Furious 6, which I love.
What was the only campaign I played for Call of Duty was
Infinite
Is it
Warfare? Probably. That's the one you and Max played a ton in space.
No, not the campaign. The campaign I just played. Fuck, what's the last one? What's the last two? It shows you how much I like Call of Duty.
They redid Modern Warfare. There was World War II, yeah.
Maybe it's that one that I have that I played the campaign a little bit, but I might actually pick this one up. It looks really cool.
It does look cool. I mean, if you guys pick it up, then I'll pick it up because the multiplayer is fun if you have friends to play with always.
And they said whatever that guy was. He goes, and they were excited about the new zombies, which is awesome.
Because it is Treyarch, and they are the people who started zombies.
That's all I care about always is
zombies. So there'll be zombies. The campaign looks dope, and then multiplayer is always fun too. But yeah, if you guys get it, then I'll probably get it. I wasn't gonna.
I'd like to see a Call of Duty where like the campaign is the campaign, but like you can turn on like zombie mode where you also have
like zombies in the campaign.
That would be
I don't
awesome.
know if that would work. It's probably too scripted of a
like
campaign
an apocalyptic. Oh man, that'd be awesome. So no, I don't think I personally heard anything else.
Let's look at this list. So
we can do a quick.
Some other details before we talk about this because that's very exciting. That Sackboy game is coming at launch. Sackboy Big Adventure, that platformer that's single multiplayer, which looks fun. I won't pick it up, but it looks fun. Maybe when it's cheap at some point. That's also coming to PS4, as well as Horizon Forbidden West, which is not a launch title. That's next year.
I can't wait.
But that's also launching on PS4, which has bummed some people out. I personally wanted it to just be fully on PS5, so it's not limited.
Yeah.
But we'll see how the features. Like, I'm still gonna play the shit out of it and love it either
I'm
way.
gonna take a vacation for it. Like,
yeah. And we'll play it on PS5, so.
Yeah.
But how much, like, it's kind of like with Halo Infinite on the Series X, like, how much is it limited by having to run on the Xbox One, you know? But it'll still take advantage of, like, fast loading and good textures and stuff. But then, what else was big? Oh, yeah, they announced that PlayStation Plus collection.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Which is really cool.
So the PlayStation Plus collection, this is included with your normal PlayStation Plus price, which is $60 a year, or like $10 a month if you want to pay that way. So it includes a curated library of PS4 games that define the generation, is how they're advertising it. So this is the list: Arkham Knight, Bloodborne, Fallout 4, God of War, Monster Hunter World, Persona 5. Not Persona 5 Royal, so that's kind of a bummer. There's more games than that, but this just showed part of it. Like Days Gone was in there, The Last of Us Remastered was in there. I don't remember what else was in there. So it's just an added benefit. It's not, people are comparing it to Game Pass, but I don't see it as a Game Pass. It's basically, I think, a way for people who either didn't play PlayStation this generation or who missed out on some of these awesome exclusives. Like some of these are like Game of the Year games. Yeah. Game of the Year style games. And then also people who maybe get the digital version of the PS5 and had disc versions of these to kind of lessen that blow of not being able to play your PS4 games because you don't have a disc drive.
Do you think that they're gonna revamp the PlayStation Plus? Like, do you think this is like starting to tweak it a little bit? Because it's kind of dry in my opinion. Like, you pay for it,
it's just the 2 games a month, and
so I'm wondering if they're gonna do like add more now to the collection as you go. As
I hope they do. I hope they throw things in here. So like, if you noticed really recent exclusives like The Last of Us Part 2 and Ghost of Tsushima aren't in here, I could see in like a year or so they throw something like that in there. Or with like Spider-Man, I think was intentionally not included because they're also releasing a Spider-Man remastered version you could buy separately, or you can buy the deluxe edition of Miles Morales for $70, and it includes like redone visuals, more ray tracing, like taking advantage of the SSD. So I think that's why that's not in here, because they want you to buy like the remastered version of Spider-Man, which I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get the deluxe version of Miles.
I'm pretty sure Chris already pre-ordered that too.
Did he? I could see them rolling new games into this, yeah. But I don't think it's gonna be like a Game Pass thing, at least not right away. Sony doesn't have to do that yet. If they get threatened with numbers, not threatened, but if they can make it work, and if they need to make it work with Xbox's like mindshare increasing, which I think it will, because Game Pass is an insane deal. So I could see it in expanding that kind of a thing. What else was announced? Release date November 12th in the US, November 19th everywhere else. Then price. Did we talk price?
I don't think so.
So $4.99 for the disc drive version and $3.99 all digital. Yeah. As far as I know, they're exactly the same, except just missing the disc drive. Yeah. Right? Which I haven't seen different hard drive specs or anything like that.
Chris and I both are going full console, disc, everything.
Yeah, me too.
It just makes more sense. Super stoked that we got pre-orders in.
Yeah, I got lucky with pre-orders too. We'll talk pre-orders in a little bit because that's a clusterfuck for both companies. Yes. And then at the end, they had an extremely short teaser for God of War sequel.
I know.
Now so how is this game ready? I guess they did say it would take not as long to make another one. I remember when the first one came out.
I'm assuming like 5 years. Staying in the same. Because when I was thinking about it, I was like, well, where's it going to take place? Because it seems like, what region of gods is it going to take place with? But then I was like, well, there wasn't a lot of gods in.
It was a small scale story.
Yeah, so I'm like, maybe it'll be the same place,
I think it'll still be Norse mythology, because the trailer, teased it's got the Omega symbol, which is the God of War symbol coming, and Kratos is talking in the background. And then it said Ragnarok is coming, which would still be Norse mythology.
So I'm hoping it's the same kind of setup, because I think they did a really good job with it. But what about Are we allowed to do spoilers now? I know it's like the end of
Yeah,
the thing.
spoilers for God of War 2018. You've been warned.
Yeah, like, so, like, what about Loki? Like,
Yeah.
how's he gonna fit in now?
Well,
Because
yeah,
it
like-
was Kratos talking, and I'm like, I didn't expect that.
He talks towards Atreus in the little audio
Yeah.
clip, so it's like, but then also you kill a lot of people related to Thor in the original story, and it teases Thor coming to get you, kind of a thing, which I
Yes.
think is where Ragnarok comes from. So is it going to be like Thor comes in, takes Atreus / Loki, and then like
I know.
Kratos has to revenge trip across fucking
Or-
Norse mythology again to get Loki back?
Or is this gonna be the end of Kratos? Like, is that gonna be the big kicker? And
I
then,
don't know.
like, I felt like that's what they were leading up to.
Yeah. I don't know if it would be the
Man,
end of
there's
Kratos.
there's so many what ifs.
But then also, this game, it said 2021, which I don't know if it's going to hit that.
It's got to
date.
be holidays, if anything.
Unless it's like maybe not a super full sequel, which it sounds like it is, because a lot of people were asking. They're like, is this going to be like a Miles Morales, where it's a little bit smaller of a game,
Yeah.
and that's how it's out so quick? But it sounds like it's not. It sounds like it's full, which is awesome. I mean, I'd be down with it either way. If Sony wants to release a slightly shorter experiences
Yeah.
every couple of years instead of,
Cool.
you wait 5 years, I'm down with that.
Yep,
So,
I'm ready for it. I was super excited.
but yeah, 2021. So Horizon's coming in 2021. God of War's coming in 2021. Ratchet and Clank is next year as well. Like, that's launch window. So Ratchet and Clank's probably gonna be like January, February.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. So there'll be games, and it, from different insiders and shit that I've read about, it sounded like Sony did want to front load it, kind of like the Switch launch was with Breath of the Wild and like Mario Odyssey and all these like big tentpole games, to get people in and expand the console base quickly, which I think it will. I think it's going to work.
Yeah.
These games are amazing. They did announce almost that the $70 price bump that was talked about with other games is going to be more of the norm
Yeah.
for this generation. It sounds like Sony's first parties are going to range from 50 to 70. So like Miles Morales is 50, you can get the Ultimate Edition for 70, which includes the remaster of Spider-Man PS4 with all the DLC. But then I think Black Ops is 70, Demon Souls is 70. The Sackboy game is 60? 50? 60? 50?
That I'm not sure about.
Let's see.
Download
So yeah,
file
Demon Souls
60.
699. Oh yeah, Destruction All Stars, that kind of like car combat game they showed at the last one. They didn't show it at all here. Is 70. Spider-Man 50, Ultimate 60 or 70. Sackboy is 60. Yeah, okay.
I mean, that's cool. Like, I can manage that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be worth it.
Mhm.
Always is. I mean, it's the most expensive hobby I have. So
Right, but it's also the hobby you spend the most time with.
yeah.
All right, so that's cool. So then the pre-order insanity happened. So this event was on Wednesday, and they didn't mention pre-orders at all. And then afterwards, I followed Jeff Keighley on Twitter, and he's tweeting all this information. He's the one who tweeted that Demon's Souls is launch title, because it wasn't in this presentation. He's the one that was saying pre-orders start as early as tomorrow, which would have been last Thursday. And then he's like, oh, I'm hearing maybe some will start tonight. We don't know. And months ago, Sony said there would be fair notice and warning when pre-orders would go live, and that did not happen.
Nope.
So I was lucky and saw a tweet that they went live on Walmart probably at like 6 p.m. and this event was at like 3. So I went and I was lucky and I got one, and then I messaged you right after I got mine that Walmart had them, and you guys didn't get it, right?
Nope,
Like,
we
set out of
didn't.
stock.
I don't, and it might have been the next day or the day after, because like Target had it. Chris tried to get it through Target, and then it like didn't let him, and then Walmart kept like loading, but then like not loading.
Yeah, because Walmart had more the next day.
Yeah, and then he finally got through Target the pre-orders to go through, but it was one at a time. But
I was gonna
so
say,
luckily he got 2.
Yeah, I'm surprised that worked, that they were just gone.
So yeah, just it was like a keep refreshing the page essentially until you got it.
Well, it was weird because, yeah, I had mine in my cart, but then I was adding a different card because I have a PlayStation credit card, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I can probably get more reward points if I use that and then show proof of it. And then it said out of stock, and I was like, fuck. So I retried it because it was still in my cart somehow, and then it worked.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
I think it's like all taken down now. Like you can't even find the PS5.
Oh, like there's not even a page or anything? Yeah, I don't know. Sony did come out and apologize, which is weird, because it's not weird that they apologized, but just the way that it was like through a tweet, it's like, hey, that could have been smoother. We're sorry.
Yeah.
We can all agree that that was not well done and all this kind of stuff. And they did say there would be more supplies for pre-order leading up to launch, and then they also said that there will be plenty stocking the shelves throughout the holiday. So there's that, which is good. I'm surprised they came out and apologized. Like, Sony's been, and PlayStation has been a good company. They've been a little bit more reserved from more personal stuff like that this generation versus PS3. Like, they don't have those front-facing people like they used to, like where Shuhei was there and they had these like more marketing campaigns with these characters who advertise for them. Now it's just like a voice and they show games, which works because their games speak for themselves because they're amazing. All right, what else? We will get to Xbox talk soon. I think we talked about these launch titles for PlayStation already. There are also like free upgrades, which we've talked about in the past, and people like beat to death. So like if you get Miles Morales on PS4, you do get free upgrade to PS5. Same with Sackboy. Same with Horizon Zero Dawn sequel. I'm assuming those are probably the only ones that are still going to be cross-gen. Like Horizon's probably going to be the last big PS4 game.
Yeah.
Then... oh yeah, I saw that. Oh yeah, we have that question from my mom that we need to talk about by the way of the show. Okay, so Microsoft pre-orders went live yesterday. The day before that, Monday, Microsoft bought Bethesda, bought ZeniMax Media, which is the parent company of Bethesda, for $7.5 billion. The specific article is from Nicole Carpenter at Polygon. So what do you think about that?
I feel like Microsoft was sitting there watching Sony's announcement about all the games and the PS5 and everything, and they were like, all right, just buy it. We got to do something. We got to catch up.
I'm sure there were talks, right? Like, this had to be, there's no way this deal wasn't going on for a while.
But I feel like they were just waiting. They're like, let's wait and see what Sony does before we push the button on this deal, and then they were like, we're fucked, buy it.
And I don't think it was a mistake that they announced it the day before pre-orders went live.
Right.
Because they have said, so, like, I'm excited about this deal. It makes me want to buy a new Xbox eventually more.
Yeah.
So
I was actually kind of talking to Chris, and I was like, we're both getting PS5s because that's what we both exclusively play the most. But I'm like, we could probably just share one of the new
Series
Xboxes.
X.
Like,
we
don't need
Series
to.
S.
You know, I have the One X. He has the One S. We could just split it because. But I'm gonna wait at least until next holiday season.
Well, it's gonna be until there's games there because there's not games that I want right now
Yeah.
that I can only play on Xbox. You know,
besides Game Pass, but like we said a million times,
and you can still play everything on your Series
the One
X or your One X
is amazing. Like it's amazing. So why not? Why would I, push that to the wayside when I've barely used it anyways?
Yeah, so if you think about the IP that Microsoft now owns by owning Bethesda, it's Fallout, Elder Scrolls, which Elder Scrolls is probably the biggest out of this. Like, Elder Scrolls 6, if that ends up being exclusive, they said it's going to be case-by-case basis from what's on different consoles.
I hope not, but if it is, well...
I think it will be, at least at first. And then Doom, and then, like...
How many people do you think it's going to piss off, though?
I don't know. I mean, it's still going to be on PC, and if you go back to the 360 generation... Oblivion was exclusive on Xbox for like a year and a half before it came to PlayStation, which is how I could see them doing it.
Yeah.
Like it comes day and date to Xbox and Game Pass, and then maybe a year later it comes to PlayStation.
I'll be buying an Xbox if that's the case. Like,
but then it's also like even if they do come day and date, that game's going to be $70 on PlayStation.
Yeah, that's true.
If you have an Xbox and you're paying $10 a month for Game Pass.
Yeah. Which I don't think we've talked about on the show. No, we haven't. So Chris finally bought Game Pass. He finally signed up for it, and then he was going through the games and he was so mad. He was like, all these games you can just play? And I was like, yep. He's like, I have been buying all these games. I was like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's a mistake. Because, Game Pass is such a great deal, and now they're going to add the whole Bethesda back catalog into it. So, Skyrim, Oblivion, Fallout 3, Fallout 4, Fallout New Vegas, I think, is already on Game Pass.
Yep.
But all of these, like Doom Eternal, which just came out, like, I'll play Doom Eternal on my 1S.
I think it's a great move. I do. I think it's really good for Microsoft. And
I'm hoping that... So Bethesda hasn't had as many bangers as they used to recently. Like, Fallout 4 kind of left some people salty. I like Fallout 4 a lot. Fallout 76, though, not so much. That pissed people off.
Yeah.
People like Doom Eternal, not as much as, like, Doom 2016. The Wolfenstein games have been amazing.
Yeah, big fan.
Yeah, I had never played the co-op one. I heard that one was but the mainline ones they've been doing have been really good. Like, what was the most recent one? Colossus? The new Colossus or whatever, right? That one was really good.
Yeah, and then the one with the twins was the second one, right?
That was the third one, technically, the co-op one, because there was just a Wolfenstein.
Yeah, I remember playing the first one, jumping right into the second one.
The first two were really good.
They were great.
The co-op one with the daughters I didn't play. I heard it wasn't that good. I heard it was fun if you play co-op,
Yeah.
but otherwise, eh. And then I'm hoping it helps take out some of the shittier practices Bethesda's been doing, like with Fallout 76 with their not great microtransactions that they've been doing. I'm hoping it just kind of pulls that stuff out, because it sounds like they're going to just still kind of operate on their own, which is how most of the Game Pass deals have went.
Yeah.
Like when they bought Double Fine, which is a smaller indie studio that makes like cool artsy shit. It's basically like they still can make that shit. It's just they want more things to fill out their Game Pass library, and they don't want to interfere with creativity, which is awesome, and I hope it stays that way.
So, talking about Elder Scrolls and stuff, there's a game being made, and bear with me and try to help me remember this.
Okay.
It felt, I think it was announced last year, maybe at E3.
Okay.
It felt like an Elder Scrolls style game. And they have, who is it? Who's making it? Peter Jackson? Is that who it is? What I'm thinking of? Yeah.
No, it's the one that's like a Souls game.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, because it's made by From Software, who makes the Souls games and Bloodborne. So you're talking about Elden Ring, right?
Yeah. Yep, that's the one.
So that's gonna be like a Souls game, so it's gonna be hard.
So, which is fine.
And it's not Peter Jackson. It's It's the dude from Game of Thrones. It's that guy.
Yeah. George
R.R. Martin. That's it.
Okay, so
because he doesn't write Game of Thrones books anymore, he does other shit.
Yeah, I know. Way to go, man. What do you think? When do you think that is going to be a thing? Because of everything, because like that hasn't been talked about
since E3 last year.
Yeah, and they've barely talked about the. We'll get into that also on the topic of these big names.
I thought it was 2021.
Spring 2021.
Well, let's see.
It's a rumor.
As part of a New Year's card featured on the From Software website, the developer listed Elden Ring for June 2020, which is clearly wrong. So spring 2021 seems the best bet. So honestly, pretty soon.
I think it's going to be a gorgeous game. I do. I think it's going to be well done. So I'm just...
Well, From Software makes good shit. It's just they're harder games.
Yeah.
I hope it plays more like a Souls game versus Sekiro, the last game they make. Yeah. I am not good at Sekiro. It's hard, like, in a different way. It's almost... I read a lot of stuff about trying to get better at it. And I guess it's harder if you've played Bloodborne and Souls games, because you can't play it that way. You have to be more aggressive. And in those games, you're more defensive. And I'm like, fuck. So you have to unlearn all your things that you're good at in their other difficult games to be good at this one. And I hope it's more like the old ones so I can play it and enjoy it.
Sweet. Yeah, just one I've been keeping tabs on. And then,
I forgot about that game.
That's what I'm here for. And then the Lord of the Rings Gollum is coming.
That's soon too.
Soon. Right? I can't remember if it was this fall or 2021.
Probably not this fall, right?
But
seen more of it.
I'm excited, and at first there was a lot of heat for it, but the more articles I'm reading, people are kind of like, I think it's gonna be good. Like, I think it's gonna change people's mind about it, because they compare it to, like,
it's an action adventure.
Yeah, someone was comparing it to other Lord of the Rings games that have come out, and they're like, it's gonna be different, and that's what the that's what Lord of the Rings games needs, is something different.
Yeah. This is going to be one that you tell me if it's worth it.
Hell yeah.
And I'll read about it, because
so
I am not that excited for this game. So
I'm ready. I think it's going to be good.
What else has this company made? Daedalic Entertainment?
I remember when we talked about this in one of our shows a long time ago, and we were both like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah. I don't know who they are. They're a German video game developer based in Hamburg.
Couple things that we...
Best known for developing point-and-click adventure games. So that would make sense for this style of game.
But it's probably going to be real good for them if this game takes off as a big-name game.
Yeah, I mean, they've made games for a long time, it seems like. So, but yeah, it is a lot more so adventure games. I'm trying to think if I've even recognized any of these titles.
I've heard of Air and The Long Journey Home.
Yeah, which are more recent ones, so that makes sense. But yeah, it's just a lot of adventure games, so...
Yeah. Sweet.
They made a ton of shit, so clearly they make games that sell.
Cool.
Yeah, I forgot about that game.
This was up.
But yeah, Microsoft bought Bethesda, and then the next day, they took shots at PlayStation with their pre-orders on Twitter and on different articles. They're like, trust us, you'll have ample time, you'll know. And then it was like, quote, tweeting some PlayStation chaos or something. So they had their pre-orders went live yesterday. I forget what time it was. I was at work, I think, when it happened. It was like 11 or noon or something like that. And it was chaos as well. everything shut down. Like, all the websites went down. People had just the same issues of getting it in their cart and it disappearing and things out of stock and everything. So it's like, I read a write-up about it, and they're like, even with them telling us when it was and when they were going down, it was still just as hard to get it as with PlayStation. Like, it was just as much of a clusterfuck.
Yep.
So it's like, they threw shade at PlayStation, and then it still ended up being shitty, which sucks. I mean, at least people had a fair warning to try and get one, but it sounds like so many people just still couldn't get one.
No matter what, like, no matter how, they could have been like, next week, Thursday, it's going live. But then you're going to have, the more time you give, the more time people are going to have to sit there and wait, and then it's going to crash anyways.
Right.
Like, you have millions of people waiting for this shit. What do you expect?
I would prefer them do it the way Microsoft did. Like, I was lucky and got a PlayStation, thankfully, but it's like, I want to know when I can pre-order this thing because I want one. Not like I was lucky to be home and off of work and able to do
right
this.
Right place, right time.
Yeah. And like, not that I would have been upset if I didn't get one, because I'll just get one later or whatever. Yeah. But it also sounds like they don't have any more available for pre-order. So they tweeted out, this I just pulled from a Destructoid like forum. So Xbox tweeted, like, we're humbled by the record-breaking demand for the Xbox Series X and S. Huge thanks to everyone for the excitement. If you weren't successful today, be sure to sign up with retailers for updates and expect more consoles to be available on November 10th. So it does sound like there could be more available. So let's see. There's an official update from Microsoft. We anticipate high demand for Series X and S this holiday. Like previous pre-order programs, retailers and availability differ across regions. So please check with your retailers for more information about availability. So it sounds like Microsoft doesn't plan on doesn't plan on having more available for pre-order, because they're just pushing towards the retailers now, and they're not going to give you an answer.
Yeah.
So it's a bummer if you didn't pre-order one, because I know PlayStation's going to have more pre-orders available, at least in one more wave, I believe. But you'll be able to get them in the holiday, which is good. So
sweet.
Let's see. That's all I have for news specifically. Did you see anything else, or anything else you want to talk about from the Xboxes and the PlayStations?
No, those pretty much took over the news for the last week and a half.
Yeah, since we did the show last. Oh, I did see that Xbox One X sales were up by 750% on Amazon yesterday. So I'm assuming people got those on accident trying to pre-order the Series X, which sucks. Sucks. I mean, those people can return it, but it's like, what if they bought it as a Christmas gift for the kid?
And they have no idea.
Yeah.
I mean, they might not be disappointed. It's still a solid console.
I'd be disappointed. You'd be disappointed.
I mean,
if you were a kid.
if that's what they were like, I got you the new one. Like, not really, but okay.
You're like,
you know.
Yeah, no, that's a bummer. So hopefully all that stuff shakes out.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the only other thing I have to talk about, my mom asked us a question a couple weeks ago, and I keep forgetting to address it. So on our episode about new DC video games, Halo Delay and Tangents, so this was like fucking almost a month ago, she asked what we thought about the new Mutants movie coming out. So if you don't know, New Mutants was like the last Fox made X-Men movie, and it was about like these younger kids kind of trapped. It was supposed to be more horror than action, which seemed cool, and like it got delayed for like 3 years. Like this movie was about to come out and was almost finished when the Disney Fox merger was happening and everything like that. So like Disney just kept delaying it because there wasn't a good time for it. And then also people wanted them to just release it on Disney Plus or Hulu or something like that. But because of the deal with Fox and a certain contracts with the movie, it had to be released theatrically or something like that. I remember reading into that, and it finally had a release date, and they released a trailer for like the spring, and then COVID happened, so it got delayed for that reason again. But it just kind of quietly came to theaters in August.
Yeah,
I heard it was better than people were expecting it to be. Like it was an entertaining, like small scale, like mutant movie.
Yeah.
There are some decent actors in it. The girl from
Maisie Williams.
Yeah, Maisie Williams is in it. I know. I don't remember anybody else. One of the guys from Stranger Things is in it. The quiet photographer, older brother, is in it. And then, yeah, I don't know. It looked cool. I didn't see it. One of my friends saw it, and I talked to him about it. And he's like, I really liked it. He's like, I really love X-Men stuff, though, so I'm kind of biased about it. But
that's how I am. Like, in my mind, it's all good, and I just rank it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure it'll be entertaining. I'll watch it when it comes to a streaming service. I'm not going to go to the theater.
No,
if I'm not going to the theater to see Tenet, which I really want to see, I'm not going
to see anything because I don't. Marcus isn't even open yet.
They're not. I thought they were.
I didn't.
Yeah, they are. Because my friend who I talked to about New Mutants has been going.
Because every time I'm like in Sheboygan, like it's closed. Like it's never doesn't ever look open.
Maybe they're only open on the weekends.
And
or
I
something,
drive past it like all the time.
I don't know. I don't want to go to the theater now. I don't feel safe going to the theater.
I mean, like I would if it was like in the morning and just like we were the only ones gonna be, you know what I mean, like there was room to like go sit in the other aisle. Like I don't care about that, but like I'm not gonna go at like 7 o'clock when there's gonna be 70 people in the room.
And we just keep hearing about things getting delayed. Like it hasn't happened yet, but Black Widow's probably getting delayed again because that's supposed to come out in November, and I don't.
At least we got more about WandaVision.
Yeah, so WandaVision trailer came out this week. Did you watch it?
No, I have not. I pulled it up yesterday, and then something happened around me that I was like, didn't actually
It looks awesome, and that's going to be coming this year. But Falcon and Winter Soldier did get delayed to next year, which sucks.
That's fine. Wanda's my favorite. So.
I want to see Sam as Captain America. Damn it. But yeah, WandaVision looks awesome, and it looks like you have to watch a trailer because it looks all like pleasant, and it's going through these different like time period outfits and stuff like that. But then it gets kind of dark, which makes sense because I think Wanda's going crazy.
When they said it was like it's like classic sitcom style, like that really grabbed me. That's when I was like, yes, like I'm all about like something more fun and like less serious than how all the movies kind of gradually got more and more serious, and I'm ready for something a little more lighthearted.
Yeah.
So I'm stoked.
Well, I mean, there were world-shattering events. Thanos was the thing, you know.
It's true.
Killed a bunch of people for a while.
True. Are we still talking about Thanos or the state of the
United no, we're talking about COVID. We're talking about the real life now.
Oh. By Thanos, you mean? Anyways.
Yeah, so this has been Game Talk. Normally we do this show Sundays. Our schedule might change some come winter.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
Yeah, we don't know.
We'll know at the end of October.
But yeah, we'll keep posting shows on YouTube and doing shows. I keep thinking about changing the formats, but I haven't, and doing more topical versus news. Like maybe doing small news section, big topics versus like, what's your favorite game from this era? What's your favorite Lord of the Rings game? Which I know what that is. But
you know what mine is.
All that other shit.
Which I want so bad.
War in the North.
To remake it. It's so good. It was like, I feel like not enough people know about it, and that's the problem. So check out War in the North.
It's
hype
good.
it up.
Fun.
There was a petition to
bring it to backwards compatibility, but Microsoft isn't doing that right now. They want to make sure everything runs on their current stuff before they add more to that, which makes sense.
I will buy an Xbox immediately if they bring War in the North. So.
All right. I've been Brandon.
I'm Ryan.
And this has been Game Talk.
Thanks for coming.
Have a good day, everyone.